to be adjudicated.
We are going to speak a little bit on Nick Chubb real quick and actually we're talking Browns now, which means it is brought to us by our good friends at
let's
Lincoln
get
Electric.
to this.
They are the experts in welding and manufacturing in the electric field.
We're going to need
Lincoln
some
Electric,
welders.
Now hiring. Check them out at Lincoln Electric. So we know Nick Chubb's not big on social media. Very rarely does anything that gets put out onto the internet make it in front of one Nick Chubb, except last week we did this as an overtime segment. Stevie, take tagboard full. ESPN put out their top 10 fantasy running backs for the upcoming season, and despite the fact that the tell line here covers the bottom, there you go, Ramondre Stevenson comes in at number 10. Nick Chubb was not on this. This is fantasy running back rankings.
This is disrespectful.
Nick Chubb, not a huge fantasy guy. He's not usually a first-round pick, but still, any list of top 10 running backs in any category does not have Nick Chubb on it.
Bijan Robinson ain't in the league yet.
Exactly.
That's disrespectful.
Well, this caught the attention of one Nick Chubb. Anthony, give me the next
They ain't
tagboard,
seen
please.
Jonathan Taylor since last year.
And Nick Chubb put on his Instagram, I wonder what excuses they'll come up with this year. The next slide said, it is officially a prove-it season for me. We've seen what Nick Chubb can do in a non-quote-unquote prove-it season. What do you think a revenge tour prove-it season looks like for the best running back in football?
Somebody better alert Kevin Stefanski.
Hey,
because that's holding the keys to the kingdom here.
I mean, I don't know if he was talking to Kev about that, but I think somebody told Nick Chubb, "Hey, look, man, you the master of your own domain, bro. Like, sometimes being humble don't help. Sometimes closed mouth don't get fed. Like, all that rotating in, somebody told him, hey, bro, you ain't got to just be a first 1-2 yard back. You could be in on third down, too, if you go ahead and just, because you know that.
Act up.
Yeah, listen, if Nick Chubb is talking, like, we going to listen. Like, don't get it twisted. Myles Garrett is the face. But if you say the heart and soul, listen, Nick Chubb, ain't nobody about to play with Nick Chubb. Like, he feel like y'all playing with his name. First of all, you got Derrick Henry on that list. Derrick Henry got as much tread on his tires as I got on this Ford Trailblazer outside. And it's a 2002. 370,000 miles. This dude, Derrick Henry, you got a rook. You got to do that. So it's so disrespectful that you got team logos and then you see a Texas Longhorn. You're like, is that a typo? No, they put a kid that ain't even played it down in here. You know how disrespectful that is? And then they got Ramondre Stevenson in here. Like, I used to like a girl named Ramondre. Like, she was dope back in, like, 8th grade. But this is a running back you got over Chubb? Ramondre? Nah, bro, I'm cool on that, bro. I'm straight. This disrespect at the highest order. They've been doing Chubb. Chubb done heard it. Hey, Nick, I know you watch the show. I know you do. Your whole team be watching it. They be subtweeting people. Let me tell you this. They got you
subtweeting?
Subtweeting. Hey, they got you at 12 carries next year, dog. You know I'll be advocating for you. I'll be trying to get you to 20. They don't want to give you to 20. They try to give you to 18. They telling you it's 12. 12 next year, big dog. You see how they try to play you? Ooh. They said it's a run and shoot offense to next year with Deshaun. Nah, you see how you handle it.
This ain't no prove it year for Nick. Nick has nothing left to prove. we know how good Nick Chubb is, and he'll be just fine. He's going to get his numbers. Don't give me the 20 carry crap. I'm not doing that.
I knew he was going to do that.
He didn't like that.
I knew it.
You guys about gave me an aneurysm last year.
He don't like that.
Pour a little hot sauce on it.
You can
Jason be
spicy.
Jason looked like he be getting last year
to blow.
Last year was like, listen, I can't keep coming in here on these dogs on Monday.
20 carries.
Come on.
20 carries. That's what we gonna give you.
All right, we're gonna run the ball 20 times. The first play of the game, the first 20 plays, who's gonna run it to Nick. Guaranteed win.
Tag team bros gonna tell you 20 carries.
Hey, and you know we converted Jay. Jay was going harder than everybody. He was like, listen, he got to get it more. Now listen, hey, I like a motivated Nick Chubb. I like that. See, when you get rabbit ears, right? When you get rabbit ears a little bit, you get sensitive. You feel like he feels like literally.
I'm being disrespected.
He got 1,500 last year. No one cared.
No.
It just.
They didn't.
No one cared.
No.
This poll is outrageous and stupid.
Now it's outrageous.
It is. It's outrageous and stupid that he's not in the top 10. But I really don't think Nick's going to be in the weight room going, that ESPN fantasy poll that came out in April.
No, here. You have to, as a player, you have to find your motivation.
You got to find it somewhere.
Right. You have to find your motivation, right? And so if that's what gets him going, right? Because here, 12, if G's right, if they're going to do 12 carries.
He's getting more than 12 carries.
12 carries are doing nothing for you.
He's
right?
getting more
but
than 12 carries.
You know, I do like assertive people. I like people that assert their positions here, right? And so just so that, because some people get amnesia on you, right?
Oh, you forgot.
You forgot how nice I was, huh? You see
forgot.
it all the time, right? So if you don't advocate for yourself, then nobody's going to advocate for you.
Yeah.
They're going to move on to the next person.
My dad
They
told
jumped on this thing like Bijan Robinson. Bijan Robinson.
That what?
I saw the Texas game.
That's
I was like,
disrespect.
you was just okay. I don't know why you so live today. You was just okay.
Listen, man, I tell people, listen, my dad used to tell me stuff. We would be going to play and stuff. He'd be like, man, he's like, look, if you play, I was in high school. He's like, yo, if you play defensive tackle, you're nothing special. He said, you're regular. He's like, you ain't even know how to weigh that much. You kind of link, you regular. He's like, when they ask you, they's like, yo, freshman year, he's like, sophomore year, the varsity coaches don't know who you are. I said, dang, well, thanks a lot, Dad. He's like, when they ask for the defensive ends,
You regular.
you go, when they say D ends, you go get in that line.
That's what Megan Thee Stallion told somebody. She said she regular.
I was basic. He told me I was basic. And that motivated me, bro. I'm regular. What does that mean? He said, no, you don't get in that line. He said, if you get in that line, you ain't going to college. He said,
Don't get in that line.
Don't get in line.
Don't get in line. Don't get in that line.
Listen, that's like you got daughters. They like, are you a post player? No. Don't be no. I'm not. My daughter is not a 4. My daughter is gonna be in high school. She was probably bigger than everybody.
I will yell from behind Maryland bench at sometime. I'll be like, you a game changer.
Don't be.
I said, you a playmaker, right? Don't be falling for this regular.
Like no regular.
Don't drink the Kool-Aid here. You're a game changer. You're a playmaker.
You got to tell yourself that sometime. And I think Nick Chubb literally says, hold on. If I was anywhere else, they would be tooting my horns from the top of the. If I was in New York.
That's what Tyreek said.
If I was over here, they would be blowing my name all the way up. And so I like the fact that he's starting to say stuff now. I think when you start saying stuff, I feel like you start to see your mortality. You start to see like I'm
closer to the end than the beginning.
The beginning a little
you
bit,
are.
right? Like, look, Jason Lloyd, he write articles right now. You give him 10 more years, he don't care what he say. He gonna be.
I'm there now, G. What do you mean 10 more years?
Look, I got a nest egg you don't even know about. I don't care what you say. Like, look, hey, Jay Crawford, I see Jay Crawford, man. Jay Crawford, he be lifting in the middle of the day, just being out here free. I'm like, Jay, you just driving around? Yeah, man, my finish line. I'm like, well, I got to work. I'm going to show up. So, yeah, Dick Chubb feeling that. He's feeling that, though.
Well, I'll tell you what. Here, the one thing it is, what you do like is that he is aware of his surroundings here.
Yeah.
All right, and sometimes when people discredit you, you have to go out and show them why it's not good to discredit me, right? It works both ways, right? Because if you don't produce, they come back and say, see, I told you.
I be telling Kevin
I told
Stefanski,
you.
hey, put me in the slot. Do the little 5 wide packages. We don't want to see Harrison.
Well, I would say this though. You know, it's like the basketball player that's not feeling like getting utilized. They will go to the coach and be like, look, man,
let me get a little
you're not utilizing me to my fullest here. Now that don't mean the coach is going to agree with you,
right?
But I put it on record for everybody to know. So Nick Chubb, you know, he never says anything when he gets the minimum carry usage. You don't see him complaining. You don't hear him with a comment, right? So if I'm the coach, that's tantamount to me that you're okay with it, right?
And by the way, this knee-jerk reaction stat by me is powered by Lincoln Electric. I got Nick Chubb, if he only getting 12 carries in the backfield, I got him catching 50 footballs and about 400 yards.